I mean, I think it was more emotional for him than us, only because, he's not done yet. So, and I won't explain what that means, but the audience will soon understand what I'm talking about. I think I think people were surprised. I think some people were upset. But again, I think it's our job as storytellers to surprise them and to make difficult choices in the storytelling. These stories are reflective of how my brother and I feel about life and the way that we see things. And Winter Soldier, we took Shield and turned it into Hydra, and with Civil War, we took two leads of the Marvel Universe and pit them against each other. And in Infinity War, we killed half the Marvel Universe. So, for us, it really is about in what ways can we surprise the audience and tell a very challenging story that we think is reflective of life. We're about halfway through the editorial process. It's standing at around 3 hours right now. It's a very complicated movie. There's a lot of characters in it. We're putting in the work, so we'll see where it ends up, but it definitely has a lot of story in it. I don't know. I think it could be a little bit of time. I know that with the integration of Fox now and all the Fox characters, it seems like I haven't talked directly to Kevin about it, so I don't know what his plans are. But my guess would be that there'd be a little bit of time to integrate some of the other characters and take their time doing that.
What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on the Avengers 4. So we haven't even had the title reveal yet or the trailer release date. We don't know when it's coming out yet, but we do know the trailer won't be revealed on Sunday or Saturday and Sunday. So at earliest, it won't be here till Monday. But there's still lots of interesting Marvel related news coming out from the special Infinity War Q&A that took place a few days ago in LA. The Russos had some very misleading answering questions. They were very misleading and vague about their answers. So I went to see the Spideyverse this week. Absolutely insane movie. I love it. I did a non-spoiler review. If you do want to check that out, that would be awesome. But I do suggest you all go check it out. Sony has hit it out of the park, as you would say in baseball. Such a good movie. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, because we do Marvel and DC videos all week long. The latest giveaway, we are giving away an Infinity War Blu-ray or Deadpool Super Duper 2 or Ant-Man and Wasp, and I will be announcing the latest winner tomorrow night. All you got to do is comment down below, who is your favorite superhero or super villain? So during the Q&A, a very interesting reveal came out. So as we know, Joe and Anthony Russo directed Civil War, Avengers 3 and Avengers 4 Untitled, but Joe Russo said this: they're done with superheroes until Disney is ready to make Secret War, an epic comic book storyline, which we'll go over in a minute. So this tells me, a reviewer, a critic, that either they've already spoken to Marvel about Secret Wars, because this is not the first time that they've actually said this officially. So it either tells me that maybe they've already got something along the works. I don't think Avengers 5 is going to be Secret Wars as much as I do think it would be fantastic. But it's like, guys, we don't need the Russos to direct another movie, do we? There's lots of fantastic directors that have directed fantastic movies. As good as the Russo brothers are, we need some fresh flair. But it is interesting that the Russos said they're done unless they get offered the Secret Wars role to direct the movie. That's quite unprofessional in my opinion, because it's like, yeah, same Marvel, we love working with you, but we're not going to work with you unless we get our own way and can direct Secret Wars. I mean, I love the Russo brothers, it would be cool, but I want a new director to come in to direct that. So what is Secret Wars? Secret Wars was an epic storyline that involved a lot of X-Men based characters, Fantastic Four based characters. So this is why it's interesting, because obviously the Disney-Fox merger takeover that cost billions is in the final stages. It's cleared in America, it's cleared in Europe, it's cleared in China, which are the majority of the bigger parts of where they operate. So it is reported to said in the latest data that it will close by January. So this doesn't mean that X-Men or Magneto or anyone from the Fantastic Four could literally show up in Avengers 4. I mean, in theory, they could. And I've seen this fake rumor going around that Kevin Feige did a secret deal for Wolverine or one of the X-Men to appear in Avengers 4. Even if that did happen, it wouldn't get leaked. It really wouldn't. Just trust me, it wouldn't. So what is The Secret Wars? The Secret Wars was a groundbreaking miniseries for Marvel and brought all the heroes of Earth 616 greatest heroes together to battle the worst villains under the watchful eye of the Beyonder, who is absolutely OP and could boss Thanos like he was nothing. But then again, so could like the Phoenix Force, so that's not saying a lot. So the main characters in this story, to my knowledge, were the Fantastic Four, X-Men, Spider-Man, Hulk, Doctor Doom, Magneto, and the Beyonder. So the cover of The Secret Wars issue 8, which featured the origin of Spider-Man black costume by the artist Mike Zick, a cosmic entity called Beyonder, observed the mainstream Marvel Universe, fascinated by the presence of superheroes on Earth and their potential. This entity chose a group of both heroes and supervillain and teleport characters against their will to the battle world, a planet created by the Beyonder in the distant galaxy. This world has also been stocked with alien weapons technology. The Beyonder then declares, "I am from beyond. Slay your enemies, and all your desires shall be yours. Nothing you dream of is impossible for me to accomplish." Because the Beyonder literally can make anything he thinks of. I really hope that at some point the Beyonder shows up in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So in more detail, the heroes included Avengers, Captain America, Captain Marvel, Hawkeye, Iron Man, She-Hulk, Thor, the Wasp, 3 members of the Fantastic Four, the Human Torch, Mr. Fantastic, The Thing, solo heroes, Spider-Man, Spider-Woman 2, the Hulk, the Mutant Team, X-Men, Colossus, Cyclops, Nightcrawler, Professor X, Rogue, Storm, Wolverine, the Dragon. Magneto is featured as a hero, but immediately becomes non-allied when the Avengers question his presence. In 2015, Deadpool's Secret Wars revealed that Deadpool was also chosen as a hero, but Wasp accidentally caused the other characters to forget his involvement. So as you can see, why they've never been able to do Secret Wars, but potentially they could do it now because they have all the properties. They're just in their clutch. So some of the villains were the Absorber Man, Doctor Doom, Dr. Octopus, Intransis, Kang, the Conqueror, Claw, the Lizard, Molecule Man, Ultron, who we've seen before, the Wrecking Crew, the Cosmic Entity. Galactus also appears as a villain who immediately becomes a non-allied entity. The heroes, the X-Men choose to remain separate unit. The villains have several schemish. There are several significant developments within this story. The second Spider-Woman is introduced. Spider-Man finds and wears the black costume for the first time, aka Venom. Initially unaware that he's actually wearing an alien symbiote, the symbiote would subsequently bond with the journalist Eddie Brock, giving birth to the villain known as Venom. This is why this will be a very hard storyline in the MCU to do, but they could work something out with Sony to get Venom. Doctor Doom temporarily steals the Beyonder's power, having fallen in love with an alien healer who sacrifices his life on Battleworld to save the heroes. Mutant Colossus ends his romantic relationship with a heartbroken Kitty, and the Thing chooses to remain behind on the Battleworld and explores the galaxy for a year. The She-Hulk temporarily joins the Fantastic Four as his replacement. The next issue of the series ties in with Secret Wars, opens right after the return of the Marvel combats. Immediately developments included the Thing replaced by She-Hulk in the Fantastic Four. Spider-Man has a new costume. Hulk has an injured leg, and the Savage Side is re-emerging to accumulate in a total animalistic Hulk. Readers would have to read Secret Wars through to find out what caused these changes. Like I said, we're just summarizing really what happened. So what happened is, years later, it was revealed with the heroes and villains fought on Battleworld, the Thing's girlfriend, Alicia Masters, was replaced by Elijah, a Skrull spy. When the Fantastic Four returned to Earth without the Thing, she began a relationship with the Human Torch. The two eventually married and remained a happy couple until the Skrull true identity was exposed by the Thing and the Puppet Masters. That's a general overview of why the Russo brothers would love to do Secret Wars. It is one of the best storylines ever because it involves literally every person. Galactus, the Beyonder, and so on. So I think it would be savage. It does confirm that Secret Wars is coming, but whether the Russo brothers will actually get offered the role is a different story. So also it's come out, and I find this really, really hilarious because Chris Evans has come out and says, you want to get off the train before you're pushed. So he's like, yeah. Then he retracted his tweet saying, no, I didn't mean I was dying. I didn't mean that. I would have said that anyway. But we know Chris Evans wants out of the MCU. He wants to do different work. He's doing Broadway, always doing Broadway during the Infinity War premiere. That's why he never went to it. But Joe Russo says this, Chris Evans isn't done yet. I don't believe this. I don't believe this. This is misdirection. If it isn't misdirection, what they mean by this is, you know how I guess Iron Man could do this as well. Obviously in Spider-Man, there was some kind of scenes where Captain America was explaining what to do. You know, the funny memes going around. So I guess like flashback scenes, they can use him for minor cameo roles. But he could die and still be a part of the MCU without properly using him. But I think this is 101 retcon. Because they're retconning a lot of things like the Infinity Gauntlet isn't actually stronger than Stormbreaker, even though the Stormbreaker absolutely bossed it. And the Russos were like, well, it just counteracted it. I mean, they are retconning a lot of things they've said because maybe some people are getting close to the actual plot for Avengers 4. Personally, I still think Chris Evans is done in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But like I said, the same with Tony Stark. We could have like Gideon produce like a hologram version of Iron Man if Iron Man was ever to die. And there could be a hologram version of Captain America. Captain America could be pushed back to like Peggy Carter's time, I guess you could say. So I don't believe this. This is just kind of retconning because everyone expecting Captain America to die. I don't believe any of the directors because the director's role is to kind of promote the movie whilst not giving anything away about the subsequent plot. So I don't believe that Chris Evans isn't done in the MCU. He's done for now. Maybe he could return in the next Avengers movie, which I don't think will at least be for 3 to 4 years because nothing is scheduled. But then again, they could drop a random like Secret Wars on us. We know we're getting the Eternals movie, which is coming up shortly in a couple of years with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I mean, they also said that the kind of storyline within Guardians of the Galaxy during the reshoots never changed due to James Gunn getting fired and them having to rewrite parts of the script and stuff. I mean, but we don't know what's true. We can just report what is said. So guys, let me know in the comment box down below. Do you think this confirms Secret Wars is coming? Would you like to see Doctor Doom, Kang the Conqueror, Magneto, the Beyonder, Galactus in this Secret War, heroes versus villains? It would be absolutely insane. It would be the biggest movie ever. If you think Civil War was big, just imagine a massive team up of heroes going against villains on the big screen. That budget would have to be crazy high. And the reason I don't think that's going to come anytime soon is they're going to have to introduce the X-Men. I mean, they could introduce the X-Men and the Fantastic Four in a Secret Wars storyline in an ultimate dimension, I guess you could say. That would be so insane. Everyone wants the X-Men in the MCU. And it will happen. It's just a case of not when, it's a case of if. So I believe what they said does confirm that there have been some negotiations about the Secret Wars movie because it's not the first time that one of the Russos has mentioned Secret Wars. And I can't wait to find out if there's any truth to that. But we're only going to find out if Mr. Kevin Feige or the co-Marvel Studio president actually comes out and says anything. But guys, let me know, do you want the Russos to direct Secret Wars or do you want someone different to do it? It could literally be anyone. And do you think Chris Evans, aka Captain America, is done with the MCU? I still think he is. I still think they're trying to like misdirect like they do all the time because they don't want to give away the plot, and that's understandable. Anyway guys, please like, subscribe and comment. Thanks for all the support on the channel, guys. We recently hit 50,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane for a little channel like this. Anyway, guys, drop all your comments down below. I do read every single comment, whether it's positive or negative, and I try to reply back to everyone that I can actually reply back to. Anyway, guys, I will catch you in another video very soon, which will be tomorrow night when I will announce the latest giveaway winner for one of the Blu-rays. Anyway, guys, have a good night, and I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.